what's your highest viewing video? What were you?
That
you already asked her.
No, I said views of video. I said asked her the popular video.
The most popular, yeah. So that's why it was. That one is 1.2 million.
Right.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
See, different question.
That's more than that's okay. So I was working the Sun's coronavirus live blog at the height of the pandemic. We were on 200,000 viewers per night.
Wow.
So you've now eclipsed that.
I didn't pay for it or anything like that. I know some people pay for their viewage and that, but as if I'm going to spend money on that. You know what I mean? It's more important things to spend, and it just. Oh yeah. It literally, I don't know how it's happened.
Did you make any money from it?
Yeah, you can earn money from it. Yeah,
how
but
much did you make for the 1.2 mil? If you don't mind me asking, I mean,
sorry, before you even answer that question, how does the financial side of TikTok work?
It's like basically if you get like over 1,000 views or whatever, you get like a couple of quids per 1,000 views or whatever. Yeah, so it's not much. It's not really much. It's not much, and I think it depends on your followers as well. I mean, there's plenty out there have got even more followers, and like their algorithm attacks their people, whereas mine is still a little bit sporadic. I'm still working out how it works, but it's the lives that they get the most money from.
I heard about that.
The lives, which I don't really do lives that much.
It's a bit of a weird thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know there was this girl when I was at the Yankees Stadium and I was watching my first ever baseball game, and the barmaid was talking underneath the bar, and we were like, what the hell? And she's like, I'm trying to make my side hustle. And they were like, and she was doing a TikTok live, and there was about 300 people, including us by the end of it, because we were just like, what the fuck is this? Doing the whole, watching her 10 bar at the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
She didn't even put lime in the gin and tonic that I ordered. I was like, are you me?
No.
You're like, if you're going to make this live, mate, you do a good job.
Yeah, you got to garnish it as well, make it look pretty.
Did she squeeze the lime? Did she fuck? I was like, I was like, oh, back you go, love. Come on. I'm not having this. There are standards. I mean, I won't complain under any circumstances, but under that circumstance, I was like, I paid $20 for this. Go on, back you go.
Yeah, I don't do, that's what I'm saying. It comes back to passion again. I don't do all that for the money and that. I'm not money orientated. I never have been, because when you've never had it, you don't miss it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm very passion driven. And also with that, as I said earlier, when I work with these kids at the Underdog crew as well, I want to give back with what I've learned and teach them and reassure them that I was one of you 20 years ago. Drama school and being born with a silver spoon in your mouth doesn't mean that you can't make it in this world.
Absolutely.
You are just as much. You've just got as much of a right as anyone else that's gone to flipping
the Brits and that.
Yeah, Yale or whatever it is.
That's expensive.
What's the one in England? Eton. That's it.
Yeah.
Eton.
I think it's the most prime ministers in the country, in history have come from Eton. So it's a little bit of a conveyor belt, that one. Yeah, it's like, well, do we really want the people who still have nannies at the age of 18?
Don't. Let's just not go there with politicians and politics, man.
Sorry, politics is off the list.
Yeah, that is scrapped off the list. Yep. No, but I know what you mean, though. That's what I'm saying. And but kids like that feel like they haven't got a chance in hell because no one's going to listen to them because of where they come from.
Yeah,
it's I want to be that voice for them.
Absolutely.
That it doesn't matter where you're from. If you've got something, you flipping show it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you work hard at it. You can't expect it put on a plate for you when you're in positions like ours. Because when you are in positions like ours, and when you don't come from nothing, you do have to work for it. And you can only rely on yourself. You can't, and stop worrying about what other people think.
Oh God,
all the time. It doesn't matter what other people think. What
it does if you're doing an entertainment industry because you have an audience, but
I think there's definitely an element.
It's finding that audience
because if you cared what everybody thought,
you're never going to please everybody. It's like being a teacher, and you get 1 in 10 kids which isn't going to listen.
I'm saying if you always care what people thought, you won't even put yourself out there in the first place. You're worried that
it's anxiety.
You'll get negative feedback.
Yeah, but even negative feedback is still feedback. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But as I say, as long as you are being real. And I think that's where the market needs to go. Realness.
Yeah.
Authenticity. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of people, like with the whole corporate side of things. So I worked for a corporate place, and they couldn't understand fundamentally that actually the people they were talking to, even internally and externally, they weren't going to buy this whole we're all happy clappy kind of thing. It's like, no, but we know that people.
It's all smoke and mirrors, though. What they promote on Instagram and stuff doesn't mean that's what's going on. That's what's real.
Yeah, and it can't all be good news. If it's always good news, then no one believes your shit. You know, it's like you just sound like you got your head in the sand. You don't know what you're doing. You know, it makes you look incompetent, I believe.
Yeah.
You know, you have to say, look, you know, like, for example, when people say stuff like, I don't know, there's a phrase that, you know, sort of like, you know, like, oh, I worked really hard and stuff like that. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not, you know, I know that you've just been talking about it. Like, they never really sort of talk about what hard work was.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to go into the detail. It's like,
No,
I worked
just
hard and then 7
look
years
at me.
later, but ciao.
Look at
You
this.
know,
But
like,
it's like, well, how did you get that?
Yeah.
But yeah, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to tell you how they got it because
It involves a lot of...
handed to them,
Yeah.
or because, like, you know, they've done something dodgy, you know. And as whereas I
Hey,
like
we're allowed
to
to suck a dick. No, I'm joking. I've never sucked a dick.
Oh, don't. No, that's...
No, I definitely haven't. I had to think for a moment there. I was like, actually, no, I'd probably remember that.
Well, you have to think if you sucked a dick.
I've done a lot of things, Marlon.